director of Australia-Indonesia Center, who actually the first one to orchestrate, to entertain the idea how to create dialogue between Australia and Indonesia closer and dearer through fashion. Paul? I should add, I have it in the queue as one after the other, but I should now have them together. Laura Anderson, on my right, is the festival director and chairwoman for Melbourne Fashion Festival. The two of them are here. I'm pretty sure there's also an important announcement.
Thank you very much, Ibu Sfida. Dear ambassadors, friends, special guests, and of course, the fashionistas and the creative talents of Indonesia. It's indeed a great honour to be back here today. All of us today believe in the power of fashion as one of the great effective tools of contemporary soft diplomacy. Not only does fashion bring people together to celebrate creativity, but in the case of Australia and Indonesia, it opens up serious trade opportunities for both nations. Fashion unites us. It builds friendships. It drives innovation and entrepreneurialism. Thank you to the Indonesian and Australian governments for helping the Australia-Indonesia Centre bring to fruition the annual Young Designer Awards for emerging designers in both countries. Thank you also to our generous partners, Jakarta Fashion Week, thank you Sfida. Melbourne Fashion Festival, thank you Laura, and we'll hear from Laura in a minute. And of course to our major sponsor, ANZ, thank you very much indeed. The Australia-Indonesia Centre applauds the work of Woolmark in bringing Australian wool to Indonesia and working with Indonesian designers to identify business partnerships and opportunities to export products together. And we join others in welcoming to Jakarta the Young Australian Designer of the Year Award winners pageant from Melbourne, and you'll be seeing them soon. Can I say this? How nice it is to be back in Jakarta. Last year, on this runway, we celebrated the announcement of the inaugural winner of the Young Indonesian Designer of the Year, the wonderful Patrick Owen. Can you please give him a round of applause? We also bowed and said thank you to a wonderful runner-up in Peggy Hartanto. Please give Peggy a round of applause. Can I share with you this? That Patrick Owen stole Melbourne. His show was a blockbuster. In just a few minutes, and I'm sorry about this Patrick, but you'll no longer be the Young Indonesian Designer of the Year. I can tell you because with my colleague Ellie and others, Marge, we judged the award yesterday. There were 6 shortlisted finalists, and they are just so amazing in terms of creativity, in terms of entrepreneurialism, in terms of running and developing their own businesses. Those shortlisted finalists are Yosafat, Major Minor, Diam Priangi, Kreton, Etu, and By Velvet. It is an absolute honour for the Australia-Indonesia Centre to be supporting the careers of such wonderfully talented young designers here in Indonesia, and to give us a little bit more context to that, to explain the broader goals, could you please welcome my dear friend Laura Anderson, Chair of the Melbourne Fashion Festival. Thank you, Laura.
Oh, great. What a wonderful afternoon. Can you hear me? All right? Yeah, wonderful. Well, it is such an honor. Ministers, ambassadors, distinguished guests, creatives, innovators, family, and friends, and dear Sveta, my collaborator. This is such an exciting moment. It really is, isn't it? It's all about leading through momentum. And I can just say it has been such an honor to just integrate and understand more about the Jakarta fashion industry, but also the people. And for me, it's always about the people, and it's always about the leader. So Sveta, I have to congratulate you on absolutely everything you've created, everything you've enabled. I believe very strongly in leaders who serve and leaders who lead by example. So again, I just want to thank you and congratulate you. And there's still a lot for us to do. Yes. Now, it is my great honor, pleasure, and true delight to be with you today and join in celebrating creativity, collaboration, and commerce as we present the 2015 Indonesia Young Designer Award. We all stand on the shoulders of those who've gone before us. Fashion is the fabric of our society. It weaves together the cultural heritage of a society with its aspirations for the future. The Australian-Indonesia Fashion Alliance has been evolving as well from strength to strength since its initial inception actually in 2009. And I remember Pia. Pia, is your mother here? Yeah, where is she? Hello, Pia. And let's congratulate Pia. It's amazing how it's continued to evolve. And I was such an honor, I was a very honored guest to be part of those early runway shows and to just see how it's continued to evolve and grow. And now to have integrated with the AIC, the Australia-Indonesia Center. Paul, Ellie, Jan, Richard, the team, the things that you have enabled are, I believe, unparalleled. I've never seen anything like the way you progress, the way you draw collaboration and create synergies by bringing people together around the same mission and a shared vision. So again, thank you, and that should be acknowledged, so thank you. Now, I believe the future is bright, the future is bold, and the future is full of unprecedented opportunity. Today, we will announce the 2015-16 Young Indonesia Designer winner, and then take them on an experience to Australia and to the world. We'll also experience the wonderful runway show from Pageant, and also the Australian winner will have a sneak peek at Patrick's journey down under. So now what I'd like to do is turn over the microphone. Paul and I will share it together, and I believe we have a very special announcement to make.
After very, very careful deliberation, and I can say the most grueling decision on some excellent presentations, could I please ask Laura to announce the 215 Young Indonesian Designer of the Year. Thank you.
Now, I don't know who this is. I haven't seen it. The winner is A2. Restu and Ramat, please join us up and please join me in welcoming ANZ to the stage to present the check.
Please ask Ibu Sulianti to join us on stage from ANZ. Thank you.
much. Well, maybe Restu will say about this in Bahasa. So,
Makasih banget. Aku nggak tahu mau ngomong apa, tapi makasih banget ini makasih buat Ibu Svida, makasih buat mentor-mentor aku, makasih buat Mas Dias, Sanjeev, Laura, Paul, semua yang bantuin sampai sini. Makasih semuanya, ini surprise banget sih buat aku nggak nyangka bisa sampai sini. Thank you.
May I just in summary, our winners this year win a $10,000 prize courtesy of ANZ. Could you please thank ANZ? They also, courtesy of the Melbourne Fashion Festival, win return air travel and accommodation. Thank you very much, Laura. And Laura will just close, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much indeed.
Congratulations. It's amazing, and congratulations to every single finalist. It was amazing. I saw your lookbooks. They were all so beautiful. And you continue to raise the bar, and I encourage you to continue on your journey and again enter next year, because this is just going to all sorts of wonderful places. So Svida and I co-supported the start of the Australia-Indonesia, the Indonesia-Australia Fashion Alliance. And this year, one of our key mandates is to continue to raise the bar ourselves. So one of the things that I'm very honored and proud to announce today is that as part of the Melbourne Fashion Festival, which hosts 380,000 people from all over the world, but then it also amplifies out to about 400 million people through the social media networks, that we have now established the International Pavilion. And within that pavilion, each country, there's a select number of countries around the world who will have a dedicated day. And I'm very honored and privileged to announce that Indonesia is one of those countries. And the other thing we'll be doing is we'll be taking, as Patrick and Peggy Hartanto, you know, it's a journey that's quite special. It'll continue to evolve and grow, and we'll be doing all sorts of wonderful things together. But I'd also like to talk, we'll be also pulling together the business and the education stream. So we'll be live streaming the business seminars back here to Indonesia. And we'll also start a master class collaboration between the masters and the students. So again, thank you so much and congratulations on all that you do. Thank you.
That's a lot of surprises.